Hey guys, so I went ahead and put these lower level fans on learning remotes. So that started because I decided to use the power bulb in this. I know the chrome top looks cooler, but it's just useful having direct light over the desk, and it still illuminates the glass, so it still looks cool. Here, I'll show you. So there's still a difference between that and that. And I like how the motor looks better without being all orangey. So, but the chrome top bulbs still are in those, so I'm still using the chrome tops. And I kept the chrome top, it's right here. So, it's there for, yeah. So anyhow, so then I was like, okay, well, let's put in the learning remote, because if I'm going to have the LED, they're all LEDs, what am I talking about? I'm so tired. If I'm going to have the PAR in there, then when I dim the track lighting, then it's still super bright over there. You can see the music room's coming into shape. I got my Rhodes piano set up, organ set up. I just got to unpack the rest of these tubs. I put my Prince clock up. Prince clock up. I can't remember if I showed you guys that or not. So yeah, I needed a way to be able to dim this if I was going to use that bulb. And so it doesn't get as dim as the track lights do, but it gets as dim as I guess it needs to. And I wired in the remote in such a way that I can go back to having the chrome top bulb in there with the other chrome top bulbs easily, or keep it on learning remote. And then right now, this is the learning remote on low and the pull chain on low, which it really isn't that different from just the pull chain low. What? Sorry, I did the wrong thing. Medium, low, low. It's really not that different from just the pull chain on low, which in order to demonstrate that, I have to turn the remote, not the pull chain. I haven't been sleeping much. We've had so much work moving and then unpacking, and then me putting fans and lights in part so that I can see in order to move and unpack. Seeing is important. And I know I talked about that before. So let it get back up to speed again. Turn the track lighting back on. What's cooler for the video? Okay, so I turn it to high with the remote. It's still on the lowest speed. You can see it's a little faster. Nia came down here and called this my museum speed, which is ironic because very few of the fans in the museum actually have an aesthetic low. So I don't know if she thinks they do or if that was just based on... so here's high. I guess that's not where I need to start, huh? I think that's just what her impression of what a fan should be on in a museum, so you can see it spin, but you can also still see the blades, which is why a lot of us like aesthetic lows. So, now here's low with the learning remote. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to hang on the walls here. I was just actually talking about getting a print made of my logo, which if you haven't seen it already, it's me with the Prince guitar and a Hammond organ behind me. Might get a print made of that and hang that. Nia has a David Bowie poster that my dad got her for Christmas, I think, because David Bowie is one of her favorites. So I might hang that down here. And I don't know, I brought a bunch of these rugs at a restore. I could hang them on the wall. Nia wants me to hang my guitars on the wall, but that's not good for the guitars because of dust and corrosion and stuff. Okay, so there's low with the learning remote, medium with the learning remote. Come on. Sonnet Air is such a cool fan. It's a very retro fan. Fast, medium, high. Okay. Crazy. So I'll put it back to low. I'll later turn the pull chain back probably. So I did the same thing in here. I've all but decided not to move this because if I do, I don't know if you can see there's a little mark on the ceiling there. I made a mark as to where it would be. And that the center of the room is right here, like a foot away from that. So it's almost center. And actually, no, it's not. I was hoping it was centered on that window. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool if it's centered on that window and that window, because right now it's centered on that window. But no. So I'm pretty sure it's going to stay there. Where's the remote for this? Oh, here it is. Did I lose a remote already? So there's learning remote low and fan low. So here is fan low. And I need to get the tachometer working. Tachometer, so that I can determine which is actually faster, fan low or learning remote low. Because I'm not sure. Maybe one of you guys can determine from the video. So this is fan low. Let it get up to speed. I let it run all night on high and hope the bearings would break in some, because they're a little... I think they were noisy and stiff when I got it and I oiled it, so they still need to break in. So we'll consider that up to speed. And then here is learning remote low. If anything, I think learning remote low is a hair faster, but it's hard to tell. So three reasons why I ended up putting this on a learning remote as well. One is that, again, I got the learning remotes because I was going to do the whole house in learning remotes, so that these videos will coordinate with the museum videos, and that way my house kind of promotes the museum. And you know, if any collectors ever come visit here, it's like visiting a small version of the museum. Everything's on learning remotes and medium with learning remote. Second reason was because Sonnet Air was on one, and I was like, okay, well, if one swag fan's going to have one, I like continuity. You know, one swag fan's going to have one, then the other one should. If one swag fan's going to be right up against the wall, the other one should. The chain goes down the window on both of them, etc. Learning remote high. That medium is very fast in both of these cases. Okay. Back to low. And then low. I'm actually probably just going to keep this like that, because that's not even a bad speed. It's a little bit faster than I'd like it, but I don't want to get into situations where it's on medium or the first low, because then it's so confusing to figure out where you are on the pull chain, and just... heck, I'll try it. Why not? Medium. So, the other reason was because that's Abby's room back there, and Abby can't reach a pull chain. Now, I don't know if she would have any interest in controlling a fan herself, or if she's still young enough to be like, Daddy, you come do it. But, I wanted her to have the option. You know, even though she's only here for a little more than a third of the year, I want to give her a chance to really feel at home and feel like have her own space. You know, which is why, again, right now we have a couch in here, because she likes to sleep on couches. And as she gets older, that will change, and we'll let her pick out a bed. And I'm already trying to convince her to do a futon, because then it's like a couch and a bed. But we'll see. But I want her to feel like she has her own space, even though she's only going to be here part of the time. So, you know, want to have a fan that she can use. I asked her to weigh in on a fan choice, but she didn't. But she's 11, so we shouldn't really have that expectation. You know, we'll get her to draw some pictures and stuff to go on the walls in here, and we got a TV that we can set to My Little Pony and Littlest Pet Shop and all of that good kid stuff. So, that's the only project I did on the house today, I think. I'm trying to remember. I went to Menards in the hardware store. I'm getting ready to do some upstairs fans, so it might even, phase 2 might be completed before I do my full video tour. Because again, I'm waiting on the full video tour until the house is presentable. Got a new cabinet for the kitchen. By the way, I decided to do wire mold for at least the living room and the beauty room. Bedroom might still be a swag kit. But the living room just didn't seem like it would look right on the swag kit, and neither did the beauty room fan. but the bedroom will most likely be an island fans, and there's no good way to run wire mold in there. There's no like clear direct path, so I'll probably just do a swag kit there. We'll see. The bedroom, unfortunately, will probably be the last room I do, and I say unfortunately because that's the most useful place to have a fan, is when you're sleeping. Who like sleeping without a fan? Nobody, only terrorists. So yeah, just doing little sneak peeks. Got my hangers there. Thank you again, Chandru, for the CEC. Gotta get the 4-blade version. When I find my lighting parts, they're buried in the garage somewhere. I'm going to do a more official install of these upside down pendant accent lights. You know, right now they're just propped there. They're not even mounted to the bases. Actually, I asked Nia what she thought of the fan here. Should it be moved out further or closer to the window? And she said it should stay where it is, because this way the chain is shorter. So she weighed in, for those who care. Really wish I could do a whole video tour, because I'm very excited about a lot of things. But that's why I've been doing these sneak peeks. You know, and I keep getting asked when are you doing a tour, so hopefully the sneak peeks help. Thanks for watching.